I get asked these two questions a lot in the comment section. They're usually rhetorical and negative, but I want to take a moment to try to understand everyone who watches my videos and try to respond to everyone, especially those people who don't believe me or don't understand my perspective or don't comprehend whatever I be talking about. So for example, the videos that I post where I'm talking about the racism and the oppression of black people, black Africans in the United Arab Emirates, and someone is going to tell me in the comment section like, why don't you go back to your country? They are not literally asking why, they are telling me to go back to my country. And some comments will be like, why did you leave Africa to come to the United Arab Emirates? They're not literally asking why I left. They are just saying, they're just saying some negative shit, yeah? So I want to take time and respond and explain why do Africans in general, not just me, why do Africans leave Africa to go to the United Arab Emirates? And I'm also going to tell you at the end, why don't I go back to my country? So basically, if you want to understand why Africans leave Africa to go to the United Arab Emirates, you need to have a little bit of hint or knowledge about colonialism. It is basic, and I know I'm going to start another controversy. People are going to be like, what are you talking about? How is colonialism coming into the fact that Africans are leaving Africa to go to work into another country? That doesn't make any sense. Let me explain. In Africa, we are wealthy. I know someone won't believe it. If you're watching me from the US, you've never been to Africa, you won't believe that Africans are very wealthy in general, because I have traveled and I have seen people in other countries, how they live, what they have, and I can comfortably tell that I am wealthy. I don't have, if you look at the net worth, if you look at, say, if you value my piece of land, yes, I do have land. If you value my piece of land, you value my piece of property, it will not amount to what amount of money probably someone in the US has. You with me? I need you to follow very closely, because every time I talk things here and people don't understand, people don't get my perspective. Africans are in general very wealthy. Most Africans do have property. Africans own land. Africans, to me, that is wealth. Africans are wealthy. But colonialism comes in that they'll come and tell you, like, you need more, and they'll put it through your head that you need more money, you need to compete with someone in the US, you need to live in the US because life is much better there. They'll come and convince us. They'll do it through movies, they'll do it through the news, they'll do it by tainting Africa to be poor, but when in fact it is just very organic. I'm going to lay over for you my village so you can look at my village, the vast land, the vastness of the land, the plantations, the gardens that are owned by Africans, very big compounds, people owning land. I mean, the houses are not fancy, they don't have ACs because we don't need AC, frankly. And when I tell you that personally, I was convinced that I needed to live in the US, I needed to live like on TV, I needed to live like I watch in the movies, you would be surprised, because I never took a moment to understand that what I have is wealth. So they'll come and convince Africans that they need to travel to another country. In Uganda, for example, I'm going to use Uganda as an example, but this is in general in Africa. In Uganda, someone can earn, let me say, $150 every month. It is their maximum earning every single month. But I want you to remember, this person owns land, this person owns house, so they are not paying rent, they don't have mortgage, they grow food substantially, so there's substantial farming whereby they have most of their food grown on their land. So they are selling maybe some of their produce, and making around, let's say, $150, or even if it's just $100. Education here is cheap, and some people are gonna think maybe it's not as good. No, it's actually as good, because we use the books that we got from the British. Those are the books that we are using to study. All you have to do is read, 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 and read. And our teachers, who are being paid less, are willing to teach us. So in general, life is cheaper in Africa. So I am earning $150 living in Africa. I can live happily and grow financially, you know, according to the African trend. But someone is going to come and tell me on TV, in a news, in an advert, however they'll get the message to me and tell me that, you know what, if you went to the United Arab Emirates, you could earn, let me just say $300. I don't want to exaggerate this, I want to make it simple math. This is twice the amount I would make living comfortably in my country. So because this is a bigger amount, you know, the moment you think bigger amount, your dreams, they start to become bigger. You start thinking, this is my semi-permanent house, you know, the house which I built using trees that I got from my own farm, this semi-permanent house. You know, I could make a very bigger house. I could, you know, go bigger, which is okay. But the thing is, you could have achieved this on a pace that is normal to Africa. But if you're looking at a bigger amount in the United Arab Emirates, and they will tell you, you're going to earn this amount, you don't need to pay rent, they're going to give you accommodation, they're going to feed you, you don't need to pay taxes, and you're looking like, oh, I could achieve my dreams quicker. It's not that I wasn't gonna achieve my dreams, but I could achieve my dreams quicker. So continually, Africans have been brainwashed to think that the grass is greener somewhere else. Reason being, this is where the colonialism comes in. Reason being, they needed Africans to go and work in the United Arab Emirates. I have explained in the previous videos. I gave two examples. One was the Dubai Mall. When the Dubai Mall was being constructed, obviously there was a lot of debris by the time they are done, and they needed people to clean. So they came and advertised here in the country. They need cleaners. They're going to pay them, I think it was around $1,000, just cleaners. And this would motivate anyone because a doctor in Uganda earns less. Yeah? Remember that cost of living is less in Uganda. So a doctor earning less doesn't mean that this doctor does not meet their cost of living. It means this is the economy, the Ugandan economy. This is what it is. But you're looking, oh, I could make $1,000. I've been here making $300. Let me go to the United Arab Emirates for a few months and, you know, make some money real quick and then come build a mansion and all that. So when the Dubai Mall was constructed, they came and advertised. Then there was Expo 2020, and they also came and took so many people to go and drive. So it's plain and simple colonialism and needing Africans and brainwashing Africans to make them think they need more than what we have. So now that you have the reason as to why Africans leave Africa to go to these other countries in Europe, United States, and in the United Arab Emirates, let me tell you why don't you go back to your country? Why don't we go back to Africa? Guys, the brainwash continues. And I'm gonna admit something else, which everyone knows, is that Africa has been infiltrated by colonialists who have promoted corruption to exploit Africa's resources, which are tremendous, as we all know. I hope we all know, because some people don't. So it is very hard to, after traveling, for example, to come back and transition very easily into the country. So it's kind of hard for Africans to return back to Africa, but it's not impossible. And that is why I make these videos, to try and encourage, educate, however you want to call it. Africans can come back to Africa. Slowly by slowly, we can build our Africa to be the mighty that it is, because we all know the resources that Africa has right now. It is mighty, and it needs all of us Africans to understand this and to fight for it. With that, have a good night. It's time for me to sleep. Subscribe, like, comment, share. It's been Monica with Global Pulse with Monica. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.